Hello, hello, hello. It's Knits for Sanity and welcome to my WIP Chat. WIP stands for Work in Progress. So grab whatever craft or chore or hobby that you're currently doing and let me chat with you for a while. I am so glad that you're here. Whether this is your first time or you have been here multiple times before, thank you for stopping by. If you saw my last WIP Chat, you will see that I've made a great deal of progress on my gnome carolers from Diamond Art Club. I believe my last WIP Chat, I was working in my first square of this, and now I am all the way up here. So closing in on halfway done with the painting, which is good news and bad news. First, I love that I've made this much progress. It thrills me. But the bad news attached to that means that I had time to diamond paint this weekend. And that means if I had time to diamond paint, plans fell through. And plans did indeed fall through this weekend. And really, ultimately, it is the weather to blame. So Thursday night, when I recorded my last WIP Chat, we were getting pummeled with snow. And the kids already had school closed for Friday. It turns out our area set records for the amount of snow we got Thursday. Most snow that we have ever received for November 18th. It was 10 inches was the total for Thursday's snow. And then we continued to get more snow, and our winter storm warning was extended from Saturday 7 a.m. to Sunday 7 a.m. And we were supposed to get another 4 to 10 inches on top of the 10 we already had. My father-in-law was supposed to come up yesterday to celebrate daughter number 3's birthday with us, which was a week ago. But with the impending weather, I told my husband that I thought it would be better if we told him to just stay home. And he's not a young guy. He is still working full-time at the hospital, and they have been so busy at the hospital. Kids with RSV and flu. I am sure you've heard about it in the news and stuff. It is very, very real. The children's hospital that my father-in-law works at about 45 miles away from here is totally overwhelmed with kids. They are just swamped. And it turns out my father-in-law ended up working late Friday. He didn't make it home till I don't even know when. So when my husband called and said, "Hey, Dad, the weather looks really bad. We think it would probably be best if you just stayed home," he said he thought that sounded like a good plan. So I think between his own realization that the weather is really, really crappy and just being exhausted from working so much, he was totally okay with having to stay home. So that meant I got to diamond paint yesterday. Then today, daughter number 2 and I were going to go to University of Michigan to watch the first home wrestling tournament that happened this afternoon. But after looking at incident reports, there were a number of collisions on the interstate this morning, and daughter number 2 has been pretty nervous since I hit the deer a few weeks ago. That did upset her quite a bit. And so we talked this morning and decided that we think we're just going to stay home. So we did. I did pay $12 for the B10 Plus network so she could still watch wrestling via streaming. Although, because of where we live, the streaming was horrendous. It was awful. Totally not worth the $10 a month price, plus then the fees, making it almost $12. But she was happy. She could still see what happened. She could watch her favorite U of M wrestler win his bout. And So from that perspective, it was worth it. And I figured I still spent less doing that than I would have on gas had we driven to the other side of the state. So for me, I still felt like we still ended up saving money. She was happy. And then she also was relieved. The whole reason why we wanted to go today was to be able, because both of us are very anxious people and big time planners, we like to know what to expect. Where do we park? What time do we need to show up? How do we get into the building? What is the building like once we're inside? Where do we go for our seating? All of the details. We want to know all of the details ahead of time so that when we do go with a group, we're able to enjoy ourselves, which is why we wanted to go today. But talking with her and watching her, I decided that her anxiety over traveling trumped her anxiety over going in January without having figured everything out ahead of time. And I kind of felt the same way, actually. So we stayed home. And I think January will still work out just fine. She will be amply distracted because we'll be going with 4 other people. So we'll be fine. We'll be just fine. We can do it. We'll be fine. We'll be just fine. We'll figure it out. We have other people going with us. We'll figure it out. It'll be okay. But then that meant that I got to diamond paint today too, which I'm not opposed to. Definitely kind of bummed that we did not do U of M, but I feel like it was the right decision. I think we would have been fine going there and back, but she was pretty worked up. I have been a little bit more cold feet myself since hitting the deer and then almost hitting another deer the very first day that I was out driving with my car again. So I think we made the right call. But that's why I'm as far into this as I am. But I love this painting. I love the holidays. I love the colors. I love bright, sparkly things. I am such a little kid that way. And I've made one swap out with this kit. And I did put in one crystal from DP with sparklers. So I've replaced one green drill with a DP with sparklers crystal. Otherwise, I'm leaving it alone and doing it as it came to me. I am loving doing the round drills. It's been a long time since I've done round drills. Well, okay, so I did do that crystal canvas art designs with the gnomes last month. And that was technically round, but I could only single place. For me, I found that I can only single place crystals. So that still took me a long time. So being able to multi-place round drills, and this thing just feels like it's just flying right along. I love it. And it's fun. It's just fun, happy, and cheery. And I'm having fun with this one. So much fun. Of course, I say all of that, and then I have to confess and admit to all of you that this painting is no longer available on Diamond Art Club. But you can still request to be notified for when it does come back in stock. So if this is one that you really, really love and you're thinking, yeah, I want to be able to get that when it comes back in stock so I can do it next year, I would definitely, I'll still link everything in my notes. Definitely follow that link and sign up to be notified for when it comes out. There are a few that I'm signed up for too, so that when they do come back into stock, hopefully I will have the money available to be able to get them then. This was one I had actually posted on social media when it came out. I said this one will go fast. All of their stuff is going fast right now. but it's a hobby that is still really growing. I'm always surprised at the number of people who have still not heard of diamond painting. I mean, I guess because I had heard of it already since the beginning, since it really hit the States in 2018. I think I did start seeing stuff like holidays of 2018, but then it was spring of 2019 before I was really exposed to it. And I had a couple of friends who had started doing it. That's right. And then I had first tried to start doing it summer of 2019. But I ran into problems, and I've talked about that in other WIP chats for why I had stopped diamond painting after I had initially started. And then I picked it up again this past summer, and really, thanks to Diamond Art Club and getting a super awesome kit for my first one to work on, a kit that the canvas was amazing. I had plenty of drills. The drills were of good quality. The end product looked really nice. It was very well rendered. I mean, all of these different things that help make a high quality painting. And that is what totally sucked me back into this hobby. And now I'm kind of obsessed, just like a lot of you probably watching this. I am not a Diamond Art Club affiliate, and I should say that too. I mean, I do have a code, so if you've never ordered from Diamond Art Club before, you can use my code and save $10, which is essentially like free shipping. And it depends on their specials for whether or not that first time code will be better for you than the current special that you might be able to find or not. But that is a code that's available for any VIP member, which any VIP member is anyone who has just ordered enough stuff. Or actually, I think just after your first order, you can become a VIP member. Anyway, essentially anyone can have that code, but I do like to leave it out there because it's something that I took advantage of in order to get free shipping with my first order. And it did save me money because I bought a kit that was on sale for my first one because I wasn't sure, am I going to like this? I don't know. And then I did use a code to get that free shipping for the $10 off. And I ended up loving it. So that's why I do leave it there. But I am not an affiliate with Diamond Art Club. And I want to talk about that a little bit more too. A lot of people in this industry doing like what I'm doing here, creating YouTube videos and having an ongoing channel that focuses on crafting and primarily diamond painting. A lot of people are affiliates with companies. And that's great. That is wonderful. And I have no problem with that. There are lots of really good YouTubers out there who are affiliates with companies, affiliates with good companies, companies that are tried and true for them. They know that they really do like what this company is putting out. That's great. For me, though, I really want to try and stay neutral. I mean, right now, I'm still such small fries. I mean, I am a little old nobody in this field. But I really want to try and stay neutral. So there are some struggles with that because when you are an affiliate with someone, you get free product for unboxing videos. You get free product for even when you do your WIP chats. I mean, obviously these people buy plenty of their own stuff too. So don't think that, oh, well, everything they get is absolutely free. That is not true. They still spend plenty of their own money. But my unboxings, unless I have been given something to unbox and was told to leave an honest review for it, which I've only done once at this point, and I want to talk about that too a little bit more, and why that experience just reaffirmed for me why I want to try so badly to stay unaffiliated. But that means all of my unboxings are items that I have had to purchase. And that is, of course, in addition to all of the work I put in doing my channel. And it is a lot of work. I am putting in a lot of hours, and I've decided I really love doing this. I really love some of the connections that I've made with people in this community. I enjoy doing this, and I still have so much to learn. And like I said, I am totally small fries. I am of nobody of significance, and my opinion is pretty minuscule. It's just a teeny tiny little opinion in the broad scope of YouTubers and crafting YouTubers and diamond painting YouTubers. But I, for me, want to be able to always give a very honest and blunt opinion. Part of being autistic is, especially as a woman, is I'm always told that I'm too direct and I'm too blunt, which is frustrating. And that's one thing that has been a struggle my entire life. It's not, I'm not trying to be too blunt. For me, I'm just being honest. And I guess I don't know, I dislike it when people beat around the bush and like take forever to get to the main point. For me, it's just like, well, just tell me, is this a yes or a no? What do you actually think? Is this too ugly? Is this too plain? Are these colors right? Like, I just want the information. And so when I'm asked for my opinion, I just give the information. For me, that's all that it is. I am just giving information. And it's not meant to be an attack on any individual person within a company. It's not even meant to be an attack on any company itself. It's, for me, I'm just telling you the facts of what I see with a product. And it's not personal for me. And so I want to be able to continue doing that. And there are a couple of recent stories that I want to share with my experiences with doing this channel and stuff that have really helped just recommit myself to wanting to be neutral. The first one, a few weeks ago, I had talked about how I had been working on a kit from HomeCraftology. HomeCraftology is I compare it to kind of like a Crafties type company. Slightly more affordable kits. It's still licensed art, but it's pretty much all stock art. Everything is shipped directly from China to you, which saves that whole middleman, which does save money. But then you're not getting the same kind of like quality control. You don't have, you have to rely completely on your representatives in China. And so the HomeCraftology kits that I got, you can watch those unboxings. And then a few weeks ago, I put up a video because the one kit that I had been working on, which was a haunted house kit, was supposed to be for Drills and Chills and Festival of Witches. I ran out of one drill really early on in this painting. And I had written the company and said, I'm already out of drills and I'm only this far into the painting. And I sent pictures and everything, and I told them the drills, and I said, and this is the other drill that I am virtually out of. I had like 5 drills left. So I'm already out of 2 colors. I have a lot more of this painting left. What are we going to do? And initially, they wrote back, I said, look, I want a refund or, new kits or something, new drills to give me enough drills to finish my painting. And they initially wrote me back and said, well, we don't typically do that, yada, yada. but essentially kind of requesting more information. Okay, I can do that. I totally get it. There are a lot of people who are always trying to take advantage of a situation, take advantage of a company, a policy that's available. So I get it. So I actually did a video where I weighed the drills that I received and the other kit that I had, because I had ordered 2 kits. And the one kit, there was proof right there from what I had showed them that yes, I had definitely run out of drills in these 2 colors, and there were a couple other colors that really looked like, I don't know that I'm going to be able to fulfill those colors either. So I made a video where I weighed all of the drills from the other kit that I got. And when I did that, what I discovered was there were a few other colors that did not have enough drills in there. So I wrote them, and now I had all of this concrete evidence, if you will. And I was honest, and I said, look, I'm concerned for you guys. You know, if this is a new problem for you, and obviously this is happening in the warehouses in China because this stuff is shipped directly from China. So then it became more me being concerned for them, like, you guys might want to do something about this, really look into this. There is definitely a chance that my one case was a fluke, you know, packaged by the same person, and heaven only knows, you know, maybe they grabbed because they sell their kits in different sizes. Maybe they grabbed the wrong drills for my canvas size. You know, I don't know. But regardless, there's definitely this problem. I won't have enough drills for my other painting either. And I wanted to let you know, this is the math that I did. This is what I have discovered. Well, then the customer service person I was working with wrote back, and she actually seemed very appreciative, and thank you so much for your time. And they sent me drills for both paintings, and it took a little bit longer this time around, but that's fine, because at that point it was decided, I mean, I wasn't going to be doing that Halloween painting anymore this year anyway. And the other one is a gift that I don't intend to get done until May. So, I mean, that was totally fine. But new drills arrived last week. I have, it looks to be complete drills for both of the paintings again. So now I have more than enough drills. But this is story number 1 for why I would like to try and stay unaffiliated. They do have affiliates, but being a normal customer, if you will, I had a normal customer service experience with them. And there wasn't any reason for them to treat me any differently, because I was just a normal, regular customer. And in their case, the situation wound up being really good. If you want more affordable, but still licensed art, diamond paintings, which is a big deal to me, and I've talked about that before too, I will tell you, go ahead and try HomeCraftology. If you do run into problems, very kindly write them and explain the situation. And I have every reason to believe that their customer service will work with you to try and resolve the issue. And now I know that, because now I've done that, because I've been that customer. So that's story number 1 for why I want to try and stay unaffiliated. Story number 2 does involve the one product that I was requested to review, which I did. You know, I looked into it first and everything to make sure, okay, is this legit? It is totally legit. I mean, I kind of knew what they were after. You know, they wanted their 5 stars. They were essentially kind of paying to get a good review. So I had said from the get-go, I will do this, but my review will be honest. Well, I tried out the product. It was a fine product, but it wasn't spectacular. There were a couple of minor things about it that I didn't really care for, but it worked. I could definitely recommend it, but it wasn't a 5-star product. So I didn't give it 5 stars. Well, then they wrote me back and tried making it personal. Oh, we really need you to go back and give it 5 stars. You know, otherwise my boss is going to be is mad at me. And I wrote back and I said, look, I told you from the beginning I was going to be giving an honest review. I gave an honest review. And I told you that's what you were going to get from me. And I left it at that. No, you're not going to play with my emotions by trying to tell me, you know, well, my boss is so mad at me now and you need to change that review. No, I don't want to do that. I want to give an honest opinion. And I told you that is what I was going to do. So those 2 stories, this got to be really long-winded. Jeez Louise, sorry guys. But those 2 stories have really helped just reiterate for myself that no, I would like to stay unaffiliated. All right, but then that means somehow I am going to have to find a way to get some kind of revenue from doing my channel. And that is not easy for me. In fact, that is so difficult for me. So difficult. But this is what I'm going to try and do right now. First, I don't ever really want to keep my content exclusive. That's not what I want to have to do either, because just like I want to try and stay neutral and unaffiliated so that I can give honest opinions and reviews about things. Similarly, I don't want to become exclusive so that suddenly people can't learn what those opinions are and get an idea of the products and stuff that I'm using. I don't want people to have to pay for that. So I have to come up with other ideas then, right? There has to be something else that I can do. This is my first thing that I have thought of. And obviously totally optional. Completely optional. But I think it works and is appropriate. So in my notes, I have a link for you can buy me a cup of coffee. You also can always use PayPal just using my email address, which is also in my link. And combining that with the fact that I love Christmas cards. And every year I do a Christmas card for our family, well, from our family for other people. And this year's Christmas card kind of became a bit of a family issue. We actually settled on 2, but we could because this year, to save money, I designed the cards and they're just printed on 4x6 prints. But I love sending out Christmas cards, and I would love for you to be able to get a Christmas card signed by every member of the family except the dog. Well, and the cats, but they aren't featured on the card. Anyway, either card. I would love for you to be able to get one of these signed cards from my family. And to do that, you just need to buy me a cup of coffee. Or send the equivalent minimum payment through PayPal, which cup of coffee is $5, so $5 through PayPal too. Then, if you do that, on Buy Me a Cup of Coffee, you can leave a message and you can indicate if you want that message to be public or private. Select private message and leave your mailing address, and I will send you a Christmas card. Alternatively, you can also email me with your mailing address, and my email's in my notes as well. So that is another option too. You can email me and say, hey, I bought you a cup of coffee. This is my mailing address. I would love to get a Christmas card, and I will send you a Christmas card. Now, for, this starting thing, an option, because I am so small fries, I will be tickled pink if anybody takes me up on this. But please do consider it. I do put in a lot of work, and I really want to try and keep this totally independent so that I have totally independent reviews for you. I really want to try and do that. And you can help out by buying me a cup of coffee. So there you go. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll write up a little more about it in my notes below too. You can check it out there. But that's what I'm doing. And this is just the start of me trying to figure out how I can try and generate some kind of revenue doing this. I am working this like a job, and I need to figure out how to respect myself and the time and effort that I am putting into this, while simultaneously showing respect and gratitude to all of you for being my viewers. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. And again, it's optional, and I'm not limiting my content. That's my big struggles. I don't want to have to limit my content. So there you go. All right. Now that I'm thoroughly uncomfortable, let's move on. Let's talk about something else, okay? Because that was very uncomfortable for me. So yeah, we have 2 different Christmas cards this year. In years past, I have done this as well, where money is tight, and like this year, paper products are insanely expensive. They're all up like a good 30% in cost. And so doing, you could do the Shutterfly cards, where you have nice Christmas cards printed up using your pictures and stuff. And I've done that in years past. This year, that was just not even an option for me. But Christmas cards are really important to me. I love being able to send them out, and I love receiving Christmas cards. It's something I grew up with, and even though it feels like they are not needed this day and age because of social media, and because you can always kind of see what old friends and family are doing on social media, there's something about getting an actual piece of mail, an actual picture of your loved ones in the mail, that is just so special. So every year, Christmas cards are a priority for me. And so every year I do a Christmas card. And this year, the family was debating between these 2 different designs. And so when I said, you know what, I'll just do both of them. And at first my husband's like, whoa, we can't afford to do that. And I said, no, they're just 4x6 prints. So it really is not that much more expensive just to do 2 different prints in 4x6 prints. He's like, oh, the kids were thrilled. I'm happy with it. Sounds good. I'm not sure how they'll be sent out. It might just be, luck of the draw. Maybe I'll stuff all of the cards and then just address them, and people will get whatever they get. Maybe I'll order enough and everyone can get 2 Christmas cards from us. I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out yet. But I will. And Christmas cards, like I said, that's kind of my thing. I love doing them. So I will definitely figure it out. This week is Thanksgiving already, guys. If you are in the United States, are you as shocked as I am that Thanksgiving is Thursday? Oh, by the time you see this, it'll probably be, it will be at least Monday. So it's only going to be a few days away for you. I am still just amazed. How does it go that fast? So in the United States, Thanksgiving is traditionally kind of seen as like the kickoff for the holiday season, which makes sense because Thanksgiving usually falls about exactly a month before Christmas. So you do this one long weekend, and then of course we have Black Friday, which over here can be a really big deal. For me, it's something that I've never really participated in. I don't like people enough, and I don't like shopping enough to do that. I have occasionally, though, like stalked a couple of deals online for things. But man, even that, I've only done that maybe 2 or 3 times total. And then that kind of starts off your holiday season. And then you spend the next 3-ish weeks preparing for Christmas. But it gets a little bit crazy around here. The stores become insanely busy. Tomorrow I have to try and buy some groceries. And I need to go tomorrow because if I wait till later in the week, it's just going to get more and more busy and the shelves will be more and more empty. Whew. So this will be the first year in several years that we'll be able to do Thanksgiving with my family. Because 2 years ago, of course, it was COVID. And at that time, my oldest, we knew that she had a pheo growing. And of course, we didn't understand that much about, the disease. I think you can say the you know what on YouTube now. I don't think they're going to screen me out. But just in case, we're just going to call it, the bug. But we didn't know a whole lot about it, and her doctors had advised, keeping her home, not sending her to school, blah, 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 blah. So we did not do Thanksgiving with anyone. On top of my daughter, my father-in-law needed to have, I don't remember, it was triple bypass surgery and an aortic valve replacement right after Thanksgiving. And my husband and I wanted to stay healthy so that we could accompany him to the hospital for that surgery, which we were able to do, and he did really well and everything. So that was 2 years ago. And then last year we were going to go down to my folks, but then my sister's family came down with the bug. And at that point, I said, no, thank you. Like, I asked my mom, when is the last time that you saw my sister and kids? And my mom's like, well, we were just with them over the weekend. And I said, no, we're not doing it. I don't need that kind of nonsense in my house. So we didn't do last year either. Now, my kids have loved the last 2 Thanksgivings. I mean, like, I kind of almost feel bad because my children have loved being home on Thanksgiving so much. And we don't eat turkey because we don't like turkey. So we don't mess around with turkey. We've had bacon wrapped filet mignon for the last 2 years for Thanksgiving. And so this year we will be seeing my family. And I did have to tell the children, guys, I'm sorry, but we're back to turkey. They'll be okay. It'll be fine. I explained about the importance of seeing family. It also doesn't help that they won't have their cousins there. My poor kids, they only have one set of cousins. And those cousins are, my sister recently got divorced. She was divorced this past year. And I mean, very, very sad, but it's one of those things where it needed to happen. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But the kids are with their dad for Thanksgiving. So I don't get to see my nephews and niece at all, but my kids don't even get to see their cousins. So for them, they're just thinking we're going to Oma and Opa's new house, which is really small compared to their old house, because it is. And there aren't even any cousins there. And we have to eat turkey. Yes, that is correct, children. That is precisely what you are going to do on Thursday. And you are going to be happy about it, damn it. They will be fine. They can bring activities. They will be fine. So that's what we're doing. My father-in-law is working, and he said, we aren't going to see him. Don't even try and make plans to see him. So it's okay. Oh no, I just shot a drill. Heaven only knows where. I'll find it at some point. Oh, here it is. Wrong color. If you live in the United States, community question time. What do you do for Thanksgiving? What are your plans? If you don't live in the United States, or you do not celebrate Thanksgiving, tell me, what do you do on a normal, typical Thursday? I'd love to know. Community questions. What are my community questions? Well, part of the reason why I wanted to start a YouTube channel was to get to know people, to build a community. And part of building a community is a give and take. It's an exchange. It's getting to know each other. And so I, as often as I can remember to, I ask a community question. It's not meant to be an invasive type of question or anything like that. It's just something that gives me a little bit of information about you, as well as you can go through and learn some information about other people, hopefully make a new friend, make a connection. And that's all that my community question is meant to be about. And this WIP Chat's community question, what are you doing for Thanksgiving if you're in the US? If you live somewhere else, or if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, what is your Thursday? What is a normal Thursday like for you? That's it. So I told you, we are going down to my folks on Thursday. And then I'm hoping, typically what we do is on Thanksgiving night, we watch White Christmas together as a family. So I'm hoping we will still do that this year. It will be the first year that my kids will be involved with it. The older ones are old enough. My youngest just turned 11. My son, though, at 7, that's going to be hard for him. And even really, if you are familiar with the movie, you'll understand. It's a great movie, but for today's kids, I think it could be kind of a hard sell. And our kids have even grown up watching some older stuff, So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. My parents do have a little tiny spare bedroom that the kids can be in, and there is a TV in there, so they can actually watch something else if they want to. But of course, I'd love it if they decided to watch White Christmas and enjoyed it. I am confident daughter number 2 will like it. She is an awful lot like me, and I am quite confident she will watch it and enjoy it. Daughter number 1, I think, is going to find it boring. Daughter number 3, who has a very small attention span, ADHD, I see her getting bored. Like, she'll enjoy it, but she won't be able to sit for the whole movie. It's just not going to happen. So she'll like it, but she'd have to watch it in spurts, like 20 minutes here and then another 20 minutes. And of course, we're not doing that. So we'll see what happens. But that's typically what we do Thanksgiving evening. And like I said, I hope we do it again this year. I guess I will find out in a few days, right? So I would love to hear what it is that you are planning to do. Otherwise, the week before then, tomorrow morning, I am meeting up with a friend for a brunch. We've been trying to get together for about 3 years, which is pretty normal for moms. We need to get together. We need to get together. Yes, we definitely have to get together. 3 years later, we're actually getting together. Now, the time has not happened yet, so who knows what could happen between now and tomorrow morning. But the plan is we are meeting up and having brunch together. After brunch, I have to go to the grocery store, except I don't even have a grocery list made yet, so that's kind of dangerous. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have time to make a grocery list or if I'm just going to wing it and hope that I manage to get what I have to get. I don't know. That's really dangerous. Don't shop like that, people. That is the worst possible way to shop, and you spend so much more money that way. Typically, I have a very detailed list. I figure out everything that I'm making for dinner and all the ingredients that I need, and I write it all down. And then I go to the store and I buy from my list. And I try to only add like 5 extra things on top of that based on different sales and stuff. Or if I do happen to have a craving and like, oh my gosh, I really, really need those cookies today. So typically I go very organized and planned out, but I don't see that happening before tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon. Well, anyway. The kids only have school through Tuesday. I asked husband to also take Wednesday off. Daughter number 2 still has wrestling practice every day except Thanksgiving. And that's normal. Oh, daughter number 2. It's a rough wrestling year, guys. So I told you about devastating news last WIP Chat for the wrestling season. Today, she learned more devastating news about the wrestling season. Again, I can't talk about it. It does not involve my children. Just know that the team is having a rough year. There are some very, very sad kiddos. Among those sad kiddos is my daughter. Just a couple of boys that my heart just breaks for them, and very, very sad. But she has practice, so she still will go to that. Daughter number 3 has Odyssey of the Mind practice tomorrow afternoon after school as well. Son, of course, has dance. Tuesday, I take daughter number 1 to a doctor appointment. I think that's about everything. I mean, that's an awful lot, because when you consider like tomorrow, brunch, grocery shopping, son to dance, daughter to Odyssey of the Mind practice, other daughter to wrestling practice. And then Tuesday is a light day. I take daughter to the doctor in the afternoon, so I have to get her from school early. And then I have called twice to try and get all of the registration paperwork, because it's a new patient visit. I've called twice to have them email that to me, because they said they emailed it to me, but I've never received it, so I've given up. So we have to show up early so I can fill out all the paperwork. And then daughter number 2 still has wrestling practice that day. I mean, it's a lot. Anyway, that's my week. And then Thursday, and then this weekend, I don't think we're doing anything at this point in time. But we will be. Just trust me, we will be, because it never stays boring for long around here. Never, ever, ever. This weekend was actually kind of nice because I got to stay home. All right, guys, I think that about covers it. So I went over a lot of stuff. I talked a long time about why I don't want to be an affiliate with the company if I if I can maintain that, that is what I want to do. But the only way to do that is this channel needs to grow, and I have to find a way to come up with some kind of revenue, because I'm not making money. So to be able to keep buying things, to try them out and to show you and to tell them about, that all requires money. So how you can help with that is by liking my videos, by subscribing to my channel, by commenting, by sharing any videos that you do happen to enjoy. And then right now, and for the next couple of weeks, if you buy me a cup of coffee or PayPal me some money, and then give me your mailing address, I will send you a Christmas card just as a thank you and a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, etc., etc. And I already can't be where I'm at without all of your help. So I'm not trying to say that you guys aren't wonderful, because you are, and I really, really, really appreciate all of you, especially those of you who do take the time to watch my videos, who do take the time to like my videos, who have subscribed, who do comment on my videos. Thank you for doing that. All of that kind of stuff is what helps. It helps grow my channel. I don't ever see my channel becoming like huge, like big enough to like be earning money, but you never know. The bigger the audience is always helpful, right? And in the YouTube world, it's all about algorithms and the different things that they look for. And I try very hard to not spend a lot of time thinking about that kind of stuff, because I started this channel because it's something I wanted to do. And it was for my own benefit. It was for my own kind of sort of therapy, to be able to talk things through. It's because I wanted to get involved in a community. I wanted to create a community. And so I want to try and still keep this like that. Something that is fun for me, fun for you. But at the same time, I do have goals and aspirations of I'd like to stay unaffiliated. I'd like to stay neutral, and always be able to offer completely independent reviews and opinions on products and stuff. Unfortunately, that requires finances, and it stinks. Talked about Thanksgiving plans, community question, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Or what does your regular old Thursday typically look like? Please comment below. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, like I always say, please, please, please practice kindness. You just don't know what people are going through, especially right now with the holidays coming. Stress levels are really high. Memories and emotions tend to be more elevated right now. Just be kind. It's easier. It's just easier to be kind. And I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful day. I hope you feel blessed and loved today, because you are worth it. You are special. You are important. And I am so happy that you took the time to be a small part of my life right now. Thank you. Until next time, I'll see you again real soon.